In light of the wars going on in the world currently and for all of history, what, if anything, did you learn from the other side about wars?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a big pill for a lot of people listening. Uh, it, I'll use more than just war. I will use violence, starvation. I will use all of it. It was shown to me that everything here happens for a reason. Everything, and I know it sounds crazy, but I'll go back to the war. If in an example, a parent is supposed to lose a child and that is part of what they're supposed to experience here, how will they lose that child? Something has to happen to the child. Well, in this case, you would say it's a war. Two fighters point guns at each other, one shoots the other, and the parent experiences the loss that they were supposed to experience. We don't see it that way because we're not all in the knowing of how it works. We see the violence, we see the end result. We don't see the dominoes that had to fall or the lead up or the agreement of what somebody came to experience. And that's difficult. But it was shown to me that everything here is meant to happen for a reason. And you could say, well, I want to solve all violence. And in order to do that, as it was shown to me, we would all have to live forever. We would have to make the choice consciously right now, all of us, everywhere in the world, to say, you know what? No more violence. And then none of us could have children ever again because a child will come in and will pick up a stick or pick up a stone because it's supposed to. So it's understanding that everything happens for a reason. You could say the greater reason is, can you find love for the people who are interacting in the war? Can you find love for the person who lost their life? Can you find love for their family? Can you love the fighter who fired the bullet? When you understand that you are unconditional love, which means there's no condition or exception to being the love that you are, then you're there. But until then, try not to judge everything you see. There's a greater hand at work.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I understand how it can seem rather harsh and
Yeah.
insensitive to see it that way. But if this kind of leads into the question of karma, actually, I heard you say karma is judgment, throw it out. And I think
Yeah.
very often the way the word is used or the way the concept is used, it is judgment.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's necessarily the original or deepest understanding of the principle. Um,
Yeah.
and often people with an incomplete understanding of all kinds of things bastardize those things and
Yeah.
turn a beautiful thing into a harsh or senseless thing. So, but in terms of what you just said, well, I should ask you what your understanding of the law of karma is, but let me take a shot at it and see if you agree with it, which is just that divine intelligence permeates and orchestrates everything,
Uh-huh.
and it has the omniscience, as you have alluded to actually be able to orchestrate with such perfection that, as you said, no speck of dust is out of
Yep.
place. And in fact, I
Yep.
heard someone say if there's one molecule in the universe that's out of place, then God doesn't exist.
Oh yeah.
But there
Uh,
isn't, And
yeah.
so my
Yeah.
understanding of karma is not like, oh, you have cancer, it must be your karma. It's more that
Mm,
there's just
yeah.
this infinite the omniscient orchestration of the entire universe. Every flap of a bird's wing, every little thing that happens is part of this cosmic dance.
Mm,
And there's nothing arbitrary, nothing
correct.
capricious, nothing
Yep.
meaningless, nothing accidental. The whole thing is orchestrated to facilitate the spiritual evolution on both an individual and a cosmic scale.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that completely. I think the part of uh, the little karmic understanding that I have is you act a certain way, that therefore it dictates, you're coming back to be the street sweeper
Yeah, who
in your
knows?
next
That's
life.
too simplistic
Yeah.
to make that judgment.
Yeah. Yeah.